All right. Well, Sybil's gonna get it on with a Shadowrun dude. Um, Fade to black, but we could potentially discuss that in different details later. Anything else from anybody else?
How chatty is the dancer exactly?
Not at all, unless you have a specific question. Like she will not say a word to you on her own accord. Do you want to try talking to her?
Yeah, kind of just painting around the area, like, what happened?
She looks down at the ground and shrugs her shoulders.
So you have no idea what happened about how I ended up here, how she's dead, or anything like that?
Her body language says she's terrified.
And I'm gonna ask, are you terrified of me as I'm pointing at myself?
She'll give a slight nod.
Thank you, just don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you.
She actually shrugs at that.
That's not a surprise, considering how banged up she looks in the picture, considering this place. Honestly, wouldn't surprise to see she has more than one bite mark on her.
But yeah, so are you willing to come back into the party, or because you're covered in blood and a tattered dress, you're going to stay away?
Uh, I would come back, but I'm probably gonna guess I'm gonna be sequestered away from the other guests, considering how I physically look.
Well, yes, but if you're coming back in, then you will also get a favor from the Count. What was your favor again?
Information on Mr. O's activity and reasons of what he's doing in Russia.
That is a very specific request, and one which the Count cannot guarantee that he will be able to get any answers to, but he will see to it that his friends within the Moscow police system uh, collect a dossier of information and provide it to you.
If it also helps, he seems to be doing a lot of business with Evo as well.
He's well, the Count doesn't know this yet, but Mr. O is trying to do business with Evo.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying what I know, and I want to know more. Pretty much is what I'm saying.
All right. Okay. Um. Ba 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 ba. So I guess that is it for now, isn't it? Unless we had anything else.
Just out of curiosity, how Daya and Dibble are going to react when they see Okami's condition.
Well, Daya's not going to notice. Daya's out playing. Sybil's not going to see her because Sybil's upstairs, quote unquote, playing. And yeah, they'll probably clean you up before you come into contact with either of them again.
Okay, then, so I'm fine then.
Yeah, and she got tossed from a building, so it's good that she didn't die, and being covered in blood, being tossed from a building, not at all surprising. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll assume it's your own blood.
I don't have to explain anything about the dead boy lady.
But the blood will be cleaned off of you by the time the police arrive, and the police will sequester guests and conduct interviews and get a lot of snark from various rich people that are saying, I don't need to be questioned by you. And the Count will do his best to smooth things over with the help of Major Mikhail Burakov, Inspector Jean-Paul Adamoki, and Madlishye Minister Yustici Budivyoy Strotavyov. Stratorov. That's it, Stratorov. And the police will feel very good about the uh, weather magician being the primary suspect, and it'll be mentioned that Inspector Jean-Paul Adamaki was leading the investigation that uncovered this evidence, and that some guests had assisted him in this investigation. However, due to their injuries, were rushed to hospital because Heather did not come quietly.
That makes sense. Oh, wouldn't be surprised if he also has a bruised vital organ, like a kidney or a liver or something, with how hard you punched her.
Bruised? Hell, ruptured.
Oh, if she was ruptured, she would die of eternal bleeding by now.
They would have tended to that sort of thing. After all, they have people who can smell blood with impeccable skill.
But there's also one guy who really hopes she dies so he can have a meal.
Well, yeah. Sybil, one thing though, it was good of you to agree to going to the Bacchanalus room, because if you didn't agree to the Bacchanalus room, you would have received interest from more predatory individuals who, sensing that you had full essence, would have invited you to the other end of the building.
I don't think Sybil would taste that good.
Oh, she would.
Elf.
She has no augmentations in her.
And I guess Technomancer blood would be treated as a fine wine.
Well, that would be assuming they knew she were a technomancer.
Wouldn't there be some kind of slight taste difference? Because it's not normal essence or magical essence?
Well, it's not. Magical essence would definitely have a different flavor. Meanwhile, what the guests thought of the crazy little girl was, oh, how offensive. Oh, you're saying how did the magical guests see Daya? Well, that's an interesting
She was on a
project
bad
somebody
day
had.
when I saw her in the limo.
Yeah, and she's having, well, you didn't see her at her worst, to be fair. You know, it was a bad day as far as Okami was concerned, but it wasn't, like what Pyrette has seen Daya as.
Oh, back at the university, yeah. That was
Well,
creepy.
that was Patina. Patina witnessed the most extreme Daya. Yes, the professor did as well. But so the magical individuals see her more as a project than as a human being.
Oh, an experiment, okay.
Well, not necessarily an experiment. It's not new technology that's being used. It's more like, what grade 1 students do at school when they have macaroni and glue. It's a project.
I like how you compared Void to a macaroni painting.
As far as these vampires are concerned, yeah. I mean, if any of them were, in lab and were, genetic engineers, they might have a different opinion on Voin. But considering they don't like what they see, they'll liken her to something else they don't enjoy.
So, this Void macaroni picture, too much or not enough glitter?
No glitter at all.
Not a very good macaroni painting then.
Well, why do you think the vampires are upset?
So, out of curiosity, does Slava get Sybil off?
That we can discuss in private, I think. That's a fade to black sort of thing. Unless, of course, Bo,
Yeah.
Bob, and Kara want to hear about the sexual exploits of a teenage girl. I'll take their silence as to mean no. I mean, she's not actually a teenager. She's
Elf,
20-something, but as an elf, she looks like a teenager. All right, so here's the word. Next mission is the end of Russia.
Okay.
It will be your final... Well, no. Fuck. Damn it, Kara. The next mission is the last mission you're being hired to do in Russia. And you don't actually get to choose what the mission is, nor do you choose which characters you're going to play as.
So when will it be announced who we playing as?
The night of.
Okay, so we just show up and say you're playing this, you're playing this, you're playing this. Okay.
Effectively, yes.
Okay.
Your characters can decline the mission, at which point, there are backup characters available that you can still be involved in the mission, but the job offer is going to very specific Shadowrunners. And this is a job offer that
Okay,
you
so the Shadowrunners are
probably
picked by
don't.
name. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably not wanting to decline.
Okay. Okay, so it's these is like, okay, I need specific Shadowrunners by these handles that work in this area. I'm hiring these specific ones. Okay. Not only does that mean it's much harder to decline such a job, it means it's also a lot more suspicious and risky of a job if they're hiring you specifically by name.
Well, that, and it is the conclusion to the story arc that the mysterious invitations to the various nightclub jobs, it's the conclusion to that storyline.
Okay, so it... Okay. So the only one off the top of my head is probably not gonna get invited is Castle. He never went on any of those, I think.
Well, no, I don't think he did go on any of those particular missions, but Kara feels she knows who's in Khaled. Yeah, I think if they invited Khaled, it might be overkill.
I don't know. I don't see Khaled as much of a clubber. Well, party clubber. I can see it clubbing people to death pretty easily.
But bear in mind that I'm in Italy for the next 2 weeks, so the
October?
next session would be, I believe, October 12th, I think.
Yeah, that'll be Thursday. Yeah, if we're following the Tuesday, Thursday thing, so yeah. October 12th.
Okie dokie then. Thank you all once again, and I do hope you all had a great deal of fun in this terrible, terrible place.
I am kind of curious as to what the negative quality I took is. I have a couple of ideas, but I don't know if those are it.
Well, I'm pretty sure you and I both know what happened to her, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
left
curious
it
if-
ambiguous enough for the players.
Yeah, I am curious as to though if it has changed or altered in my head or not. I am curious though. Well, I guess we'll find out.